Jeremy Jobe. Jeremy, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I think this is a tempest in a teapot, to be really straightforward. I think Sam Adams is taking a hit here for no particular reason. There is a guideline inside the advertising code for the Beer Institute that says beer advertising and marketing materials should not include religion or religious themes. I can understand their deletion of that because of that. They would have been in trouble either way. You know, if you'd included their creator in a beer ad, somebody would have griped about that.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, quite frankly, I think it's a very refreshing ad by comparison to the typical bikini-clad beach-themed beer ad. So, I think it was definitely refreshing.
Well, what's behind this type of move from an advertising standpoint? Let's talk about the difference between this kind of ad and the usual women in bikinis.
Okay, well, I mean, the big difference here is that we are definitely playing up to the theme of 4th of July. I think they've brought out the most important attributes about not only our great nation, but also the attributes that they try to hold true when it comes to their brand. So. I think it's a very refreshing change.
Samuel Adams came out with a statement saying, look, this was an intentional omission, and they noted the Beer Institute advertising code, and they said, we believe it to be outside our industry guidelines to invoke those religious words in a beer commercial. I think that's a satisfactory answer. However, if you go onto their site or their Facebook page, apparently there are a lot of folks who have their shorts in a wad over this thing.
You know, I got to tell you, I don't think that there's an ad out there that wouldn't stir the ire of someone.
Sure.
But I mean, quite frankly, if we continue to poke at Sam Adams about this, then what about the next beer company that decides to use graphic nudity or tries to use Santa Claus or cartoon characters? And I think we really do open up a floodgate if we want to push Sam Adams to conform to different rules just based on one select audience's beliefs.
Well, one of the things that's changed, historically over time, Jeremy, is the ability of people who sell alcohol to advertise their product on TV or radio at all. This is a different world in which we live now than the world of the late 1940s, early 1950s, slightly more than a half century ago.
Oh, most definitely. We're in the world where I don't know no longer exists, because if you say I don't know, then it means you don't have Google.
Yeah.
So no, you're 100% correct. We are evolving in a more progressive direction. I think in lots of different advertisements.
Jeremy Jobe, marketing and ad expert to the Sam Adams ad, causing a bit of a stir because of the deletion of endowed by their creator from their beer ad. Jeremy, thanks for being with us. I appreciate your time this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. What was it Ben Franklin said? Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. I think that's the exact quote. I kind of figure somebody's going to use that on an ad sometime soon. I'm Bruce Elliott, Elliott in the Morning, with you from now to the top. Stephen Colbert on Scrimshaw coming up in a couple of minutes. Glenn Beck right after the 9 o'clock news, and then Rush from noon till 3 on Delaware's News Talk 1410 and 1450.